What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mentuition Academy. Sorry about the late start again, guys. We had some technical difficulties, but we are here, and just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got some people waiting in the StreamYard,
Guys, we
so
had
if you
some
guys
technical
are
difficulties, but we
there,
are here.
we're getting some lag, and just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got some people waiting in the StreamYard,
Guys, we
so
had
if you guys can you guys hear us? All right, let me know if you guys can hear us in the chat. Do we have sound? Give me a thumbs up. Can you guys hear us? Why am I getting this? All right, let me know if you guys can hear us in the chat. Hold on. Do we have sound? Give me a thumbs up. Can you guys hear us? Yeah, see, it's lagging. Hold on, guys. Why am I getting this? All right, let me know if you guys can hear us in the chat. Check, check, check. No echo, hopefully. All right, I think we're good. All right. Sorry, guys. We're doing this one day at a time. So again, welcome to the Mentuition Academy. Appreciate you guys for catching up with us again tonight. We're gonna go over some Kevin Samuels clips. Once again, guys, make sure you subscribe to Authentic Alphas as well as Mentuition, the Mentuition page, youtube.com/at Mentuition. So we do have a lovely lady here today. We're going to have her introduce herself again because you guys didn't hear it. She's been here before on our very first stream that we did. It was crazy. We had two crazy ass girls. If you guys remember, go back and watch the first stream if you want to see some crazy ass content. But give us your name, age, occupation, and your relationship status.
So my name is Sarah. I'm 21. I'm a teacher and I'm single.
She's single, not single, ready to mingle, or not ready to mingle.
All
right, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that later. We'll get back to that later. So guys, again, we're gonna react to some clips. We're gonna bring you guys in on StreamYard. We have some girls that are gonna come in on StreamYard too. So we're gonna try something a little different tonight, where we have girls from different parts of the world, from New York, maybe from Colombia, just different, parts of the United States as well as the whole world. And we're gonna bring you guys in to react to the clips. Jay Velez, what up? I see you in the chat. See some of the regulars in here. Appreciate you guys for supporting. Allende, do we have any announcements for anybody?
No, let's just go ahead and start. Guys, jump into the StreamYard. Go ahead and hit the StreamYard link if you're going to come in, because things already like two ladies back there. We want to kind of try to even it out.
Okay. All right. So guys, we're gonna jump into the clip first, or do we have questions? Do you want to jump into the clip first, or do you want to do questions?
What questions did you want to ask her?
Well, let's jump into a couple quick questions before we start. So because we want to give the chat a little bit of context. So, what is your background or nationality? Where are you? Are you like what? You're Latina, but can you tell them where you're from exactly, or what you're mixed of?
I'm mixed with Dominican and African American.
Okay. So all you passport bros out there, that like to go to DR, she hates going to DR. We were talking about that earlier. Were you born in DR?
No, I'm just there a lot.
Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you know about passport bros. I think we talked about it a little bit on the one podcast, but it's basically people or guys who go to DR or Colombia to meet women there. So I want you to give the guys a perspective. You've been to DR a bunch of times. How are the women there? Are they more submissive to the men? Are they more feminine? Are they more ratchet? What's your take on girls from Dominican Republic?
So the women from Dominican Republic acting towards the guys who live there, they're like more tough towards them. But if it's someone from like the US or anything like that, they're
Mhm.
like more submissive.
Okay, so if a guy comes from the United States, they know he got basically has money. Is that why they're okay?
Yeah. The
All right.
men are like that too as well.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of guys from New York. Shout out to anybody in the chat from NYC. A lot of Dominicans from New York and you're from New York, right? Or you lived in New York?
No, my mom is from New York.
Okay. So obviously, if you're on the East Coast, you know about New York City. There's a lot of Dominicans there, and they come to DR, and they got money because they come from the States.
Yeah.
So they're treated differently too. I was able to party in DR, had a great time. But yeah, there was a lot of rich Dominicans there as well.
Yeah.
So let's do one more question about DR. If a guy were to move there from here, what part of DR would you say? Santiago, Santo Domingo, Sosoa, Punta Cana? What would be like a good place for a guy to visit and or live permanently? Because I know a lot of you guys in the chat, you want to travel to these Latino countries.
I would say Punta Cana because it's the hot spot, or
Okay.
Puerto Plata.
Puerto Plata. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So I went to Santo Domingo and I think I went to Puerto Plata. It was great, beautiful. Stayed on a resort. You just got to be careful. People will rob you out
Yeah.
there for sure. They'll rob you for iPhones.
Yep.
Whatever you got, they will stick you up. And they can, of course, see that you're a gringo like immediately. They know by the way
Yeah.
you dress, by the way you look. So just be careful. Stay on a resort or stay with a family that you may know. Um, all right, so I think we're gonna get into these Kevin Samuels clips.
No, real quick, let me just let's introduce Jessica because one of the other
Oh, we
girls
got it.
she dropped off already. I guess we were late. So Jessica, can you unmute your mic?
Yes, sir.
What's going on? What's your name? What's your age? Where you from?
Sorry, couldn't hear you.
Say that again. What's your name? What's your age? And where you from?
My name is Jessica. I
Mm-hmm.
am 24, and I am
Mm-hmm.
from Broward County.
Okay. Got any questions for Jessica? Jessica, can you activate your camera?
Do you have a camera?
Am-
Oh, she has a camera.
Sorry,
There
guys,
she
I
is.
was in the gym.
Are you in the car?
Don't. Yeah,
How was your workout?
it was great.
What'd you work? Glutes?
Legs,
Back. No,
She said
back.
back, I think.
back.
Back.
Okay.
Can you turn the phone horizontal? What's that? No, landscape. Sorry, to the landscape.
If
It's still horizontal.
Are you holding it in your hand or do you have it on a holder?
I have it in my hand.
Okay, it might be harder for her to hold it like that. She may have to until she
Okay.
gets where she's going. But
Yeah, don't drive and stream, please.
Well, I'm not
All right.
driving. I'm parked.
all right. Well, then you're good.
All right, we're gonna jump into the first Kevin Samuels clip.
Yeah. Well,
She'll be able to see it.
all right. Yeah, you should be able to see it and hear it. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, we hit the wrong button. All right. So we're gonna jump into this clip, guys. Can you still hear us, Jessica? Jessica, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Sweet. All right. Here we go.
There are two groups of women, wives and everything else. Wives and everything else. And if you're a woman that knows you want to be a wife, you need to act like a woman who's going to be a wife one day, because you're going to be judged as you're going to be evaluated as such. There's no I was young and dumb and I did this, I did that. Look, that game is over. Men are pulling men are pulling your cat facts. They're running your background and saying, "There's no way in hell I'm going to be on partner track at a law firm, and I'm going to deal with you. And you used to date Nug Nug, or you used to do this, or you used to do that. Nope, you make me look bad."
Very interesting.
All right.
Sarah, what do you think?
I mean, I understand what he's saying. I somewhat agree, but like then again, women do change. They're not like, still like the messed up person that they used to be back then. They're always trying to, well, some women are always trying to change for the better. So I somewhat agree what he's saying.
Yeah, but from a guy's perspective, if you worked hard so that you could be a high earner, you took care of your credit, you built equity, you got your education,
Mhm.
you obviously made a lot of sacrifices. You weren't just partying and clubbing, you weren't just hanging out, you weren't just chasing tail, you weren't just buying frivolous stuff, you were being responsible. Why on God's green earth would you be taking a gamble with someone that's rehabilitated? Allegedly. What would be the point of that? When you were the one that was being responsible and planning for the future, delaying gratification, you were doing that, and then you're going to go ahead and share your success and your accomplishment with someone that didn't, someone that was reckless, someone that was um, impulsive, someone that was basically indulging themselves. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. That's like I built my credit for 10 years, and let me go ahead co-sign to somebody who ruined their credit for 10 years. I think it's a ridiculous request that women are having when they think that these high value dudes are supposed to ignore their heathenistic past. What do you think, Jessica?
I kind of agree with the video. So I think that the way that women handle themselves when like men, because like we kind of get by the age of like 16, I'd say 15, 16, we start getting like approached by men. So I think that by that time, like you should be like hyper aware and know how to like discipline yourself in a way that you're not frivolous with your body. So I don't think that high earners should check like the whole fact.
You don't think the
She's
high
too-
earners
Like
should check the whole facts?
I said, I don't think that they shouldn't check the whole facts.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I feel like they should like be checking the whole facts because it like at the end of the day, your woman kind of has that like she's a direct image of you. So
Mhm.
whatever
Mhm.
like the person that you choose to be with is a direct reflection of who you are as a person. So if you are not a frivolous person, if you had self-control, your woman should have had that same self-control. Like she should be your equal. I don't believe in being equally yoked, so unequally yoked. So the relationship should be equally yoked, in my
Okay.
opinion.
So Kevin was basically saying if you were dating Nug Nug or some dude that was just not worth a damn, that a guy should take that in consideration with how he moves forward with you.
Mhm.
Do you agree with that specific part that if you were dating bums in the past, that you're not specifically deserving of a guy who may be rich or lit or whatever word you want to use? Should a woman be judged on who she dates in the past?
In a way, I would say yes, only because like that is who you like reflected your value to be. So why would someone who has like such a high status and such a high earner be on the same, like be getting the same woman that would
Yeah, exactly.
be chosen by someone of lower value, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, she already awarded that dude. That's the thing. So when women are asked questions like that, it's already terrible that they never even considered it. It just shows the level of how solipsistic they are, because it's like, how did you make it to adulthood and it never once occurred to you to ask yourself a question like, what does my future husband get that other men haven't already got?
Mhm.
Like the nerve of
Yeah.
you to think that you would be wife material without even considering what have you reserved for marriage. So it's like you were dating this dude, that dude. They already had you. So why would someone that
Right.
outperformed those guys, worked harder than those guys, overachieved, get the same goods? That's ridiculous. That's like the first place guy getting the same trophy as the sixth place guy. What was the point of being the first place guy? I'm gonna get the same the same prize money as the dude that came in sixth. You know what I mean? So it's just a crazy void of self-awareness that we have with the modern chick nowadays, because it's not about, oh well, why are you saying it's women's fault? Well, because I talk to men all the time, and when these certain things, I'm always comparing both sides. I'm not biased at all. I'm comparing both sides, and guys do not ever fathom that they're going to get the highest quality women without being the highest performing men. I'm sorry, there's no dude that's thinking that. No dude is like, yeah, I'm making 50 grand a year, but I'm going to date the same women that millionaires date. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They know damn well if you can't afford to get on that yacht, you're not dating the women that are on the yacht. If you can't get on that private flight, you're not dating the women first class.
Let me ask the ladies, have you dated, you might not tell us the truth, but I want to know, have you dated guys that you would consider bums? Like that you're just like, why did I date him? He wasn't shit. Like because a lot of women will try to forget that happened. And I'm not saying, I think it gets worse when you have a baby by that guy. Dating that guy is different than having kids. But I want to ask you, Sarah, have you dated any men in the past that you would consider like, why did I date him? Like, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Was he like a bum? Like, why do you say that though? What did he do that would make you say that?
Just because he wasn't carrying himself like I feel like a man should carry himself. Like he would literally show the world like he just doesn't have respect for himself. Yeah.
How did he get you in the first place then?
Well, just gonna say because I was young and dumb.
Oh God, that is huge.
I was young and dumb.
I don't know. I don't think that's an excuse. I think that's what's happening because the dads aren't playing goalie anymore. The big brother, the uncle, nobody's playing goalie to these women no more. There's no safeguard. There's no security. There's nobody that you got to make it past.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say? So, I mean, I can see the difference. I grew up in the 90s, so I see the difference. I remember in the 90s, you were like, damn, I like his sister. I like dude's nephew, niece. And you already knew in your head, like, how the hell am I going to get her without, you know what I'm saying? Without dealing with these dudes, how am I going to get around it? And don't get me wrong, there are the chicks that are going to kind of sneak around behind their father's back or whoever's back to deal with a dude they're not supposed to. But then of course they got to be super ultra discreet. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a scenario when the guy, maybe he is a bum, maybe he's underachieving, and then he wants that girl. Then he's like, damn, I gotta step it up so that I can get her. I gotta clean it up, I gotta shirt and tie it, I gotta go get a job. You know what I mean? I gotta try to qualify. So there was that level of motivation. I think that's not there anymore.
Well, I agree to some extent. I mean, I grew up in the 90s as well, and I think the problem with a lot of women though is they continuously. There needs to be that safeguard of a guy, but I think a lot of women continuously make the same mistake over and over again, and they don't learn from their mistakes. So, I do believe that there should be a person there, father, uncle, brother, but I think that women that continuously make the same mistake over and over and over again, I just don't have any. I don't particularly feel bad for them. Jessica, what about you? Have you dated some F boys in the past? Some guys that you would consider bums, as women like to call them?
Um, I guess it would depend on what y'all consider to be bums, because like I don't think that I've dated like financially bums, but like people that I would consider like did stupid stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did you hear her? She broke up a little
She
bit.
said people that you consider that did stupid stuff,
Oh,
but they had money. Is that what you're saying? They weren't financially.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
That's interesting. Guys in the chat, if you guys want to weigh in, we did put the link to the StreamYard. Come on in. We just had someone in that jumped out, Jerry. So if you guys want to come in and talk to the ladies, come
Sherry,
on in.
Jezebel.
We got 2 ladies here that want to talk. So, okay, did we want to go to the next clip or? Did you have
Yeah,
something?
we could spin the next clip.
All right, we'll spin the next clip and then we'll get your ladies' viewpoint. I think we have 4 clips. So that's clip number 1. We'll go to clip number 2.
Pick women that are in your life, gentlemen, with your eyes closed. That may be counterintuitive because men are visual creatures. I'm talking about a woman you're going to bring in your life. I'm not talking about a woman you're going to date with.
Yes.
I'm not talking about a woman you hook up with. I'm talking about a woman who's going to be in case of emergency. She's going to be on the mortgage. Her name is going to be on the insurance policy. Pick those women with your eyes closed. And women who have a feminine mindset are looking for a lion to follow.
All right. So, did you catch that? Did you hear a good part of it, or do we need to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You caught it?
Mhm.
All right. We can play it again. All right. Jessica, what do you think of that clip?
I kind of like it only because I think that like what he basically means is that a lot of like the pretty women, like these women that you're initially first attracted to, are not like don't really have your best interest in mind. So a lot of the women that like higher value men attract are like these pretty BBL women that are like after their money. But to have someone that's truly down for you, it's like you know that by character. You don't know that by appearance. So yeah.
Okay. What about you? What do you think about that clip?
I agree. It's like you just like some women do go after guys just for the money, and they do things like they would change their bodies in a way just to attract guys with money. And they don't really like how he says like I'm not explaining it, but she explained it best.
Guys in the chat, let me know what you guys think of that. Like, they're talking about body, but you guys like women that have BBLs, enhancement? We see that a lot here in Miami.
A lot.
I think the ladies need to define high value when they're talking about men, because high value men don't go for girls with BBLs, man.
Yeah, I don't typically.
I think the waters are very blurry as what a high value man is. I think the community has it all fucked up.
And what he wants.
The guys have it all screwed up, and the women have it all screwed up. What they think a high value man is. Women think they talk about a good looking dude that has money. That's not a high value man.
No, it's typically a man that has money, status, is attractive to peers, like is known in their community,
has morals.
Right, and that dude is not going for no chick, no BBL, because first of all, that dude. First of all, to be a high value dude, you have to bring just that value. Not just value to women, value to people, value to your neighbors, value to the dudes you went to college with, the dudes in your fraternity, the dudes in your union, the dudes in your company, the people in your family. So that's what a high value guy is. That God forbid he was to pass away, multiple people's lives automatically decline now because he's not there anymore to add that value. And that dude is not walking around with no chick that's drawn that type of attention to herself. So I'll go as far as to say any dude that's dating a chick with a BBL, he already canceled out. I don't care how much money he has. Just based on that, you are no longer a high value dude. You aren't for that reason. Right? Now, if you are, you can attract a woman who's naturally beautiful and doesn't need to do something so audacious to get attention, because you can't attract the right type of attention with a BBL. Yeah, I said it. It's impossible. You can't attract the right type of attention.
Mhm.
Just like when dudes put gold teeth in their mouth and get 30-inch rims and all this goofy shit, you can't attract the right type of attention doing that.
Mhm.
It's not possible. All right. Nobody says, look at that respectable gentleman over there with the golds in his mouth. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So we have to stop rewarding this type of behavior with attention, because we live in a day and age where people do not know how to interpret the attention properly. So these guys that put all this goofy stuff on their car and everybody's staring at them, they think that's good attention. It's not good attention. It looks like someone gave a monkey money. That's what it looks like. It looks like somebody gave a monkey a credit card, right? And when the women are putting all these things on them because of the BBL and they're half naked, they don't realize that's not good attention. Every time you go somewhere, someone's trying to holler at you, that's not good attention. I had to explain to the girl the other day that the tattoos and the piercings and all of that, that's a fail. That's a fail. That's making you undesirable and what you call it? You no longer apply for quality husbands. And then the chick's response will be, guys like my tattoos. It's like, no. Because guys come over to you and start conversations about your tattoo, that doesn't mean they like the tattoo. That means they think you're easy to sleep with, stupid. That means they think that it's an easy investment, that, yeah, I'll spend 15, 20 minutes talking to her. I'll be able to take her home same night. I'll talk to her for half an hour, buy her a couple of drinks. I'll be able to sleep with her. That's what they're thinking. So when they come over to that girl, instead of the girl that's classy, it's not because they prefer the chick smoking a cigarette with the dragon tattoo down her back and the nose piercing. It's not because they prefer that. It's because they want to get laid and they figure she's an easier mark than the classy chick. Okay, because the classy chick's gonna put in work, it's gonna take time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to smash tonight. So I'm gonna let them both define high value. Sarah first. What do you? Well, I think Jessica already did. So what is high value for you?
So a high valued man is, well, money is included, and morals, just in the right headspace, like knowing what is disrespectful, like realizing what is disrespectful and what's not disrespectful, because some men can't tell when they are being disrespectful, and I feel like that being disrespectful in public as well, it will, like, if I have a boyfriend, right, I wouldn't want him to be disrespectful to, like, the waiter or anything, because that's reflecting off me. That's embarrassing to me. So yeah, something like that.
Okay, you
Just etiquette.
Yeah, you lost me for a second, but you got me a little at the end.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, etiquette.
Yeah. Anything else before Jessica goes, or that's
Yeah, that's
all right?
mostly
Jessica,
it.
tell us
Yeah.
what your.
She did.
Uh,
She did.
Yeah,
oh, she did. I'm sorry. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So okay, that makes sense. Hold on. Someone in the chat said, "Oh, y'all are crazy in the chat, man." What? Okay, let's say so. Most of the guys in chat like natural women, like natural, know the BBLs. Yeah, it's super unattractive to me. I mean, some girls here, like I work in a strip club, guys, so I see BBLs every single
Every
day.
day.
I've seen some really bad ones, and I've seen some damn good ones, and I can definitely appreciate a surgeon that does his job correctly. But I think some girls how do they say it in Jamaica? Overdo it. They overdo it, and it looks crazy. So, a guy who really has value is typically not going to go with the girl with the BBL. As a matter of fact, he's repulsed by the BBL. He's like, I don't even want to smash. Like, it's not even they wouldn't smash. It's more just like someone said in the chat, like I smash, but it's kind of like,
well, BBL
not a girl I'm
doesn't.
going to walk around with.
BBL does not say that she has an owner. That's the thing. A lot of the things that the modern women do, they don't say that I'm spoken for. They say the opposite. So it's like, to marry a woman with a BBL is a hell of a conundrum, because what she's saying constantly, this never stops being said, is I'm available, I'm on the market. That's what that says.
Mhm.
Just like the way that these chicks post on Instagram. The way they post on Instagram does not say, hey, listen, like I belong to someone,
Mhm.
like I got somebody. You know what I mean? This is somebody's stuff. You know,
Mhm.
Sierra wearing a dress like that, you know, everybody act like, oh my God, nothing. All she did was physically represent the sentiment of the modern woman. That's all she did.
Mhm.
Her dress represented the modern woman's ideology when it comes to being with a man. He
Mhm.
don't own me. He don't own my body. It's like, whew, then what the hell is the point of him marrying you for that?
Right.
The whole point of that is saying that this is mine and mine alone. This is only mine. This is only for me.
Mhm.
So to carry yourself like that, what you're saying is I'm constantly advertising. I'm available.
Mhm.
Right. So if, for example, there'll be girls posting sexy pictures and then you DM them, hey, sexy, that ain't my name. It's like,
Mhm.
this is the energy you're putting out, man. Your whole crack is up on the G. And I can't
Right.
call a spade a spade.
Right.
Interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And another quick note, guys, in the chat is that Shahrazad Ali, we did a stream last night with a clip from her. She actually has a clip saying the way you look or dress,
Mhm.
she says it can get your man killed. She literally goes as far as saying, like, she takes it to the extreme, but basically what she's saying is, guys, ladies, the way you go out looking a certain way, some guys can't control themselves. So you obviously have to be confident as a guy when you're out with your woman, but if you got the robust, crazy, big booty, whatever, that guy now has to deal with constant men trying to holler at his chick. Like, so when you get that crazy BBL, just know as soon as you go to the bathroom when you at dinner, there's dudes trying to talk to you. Some dudes may try to talk to her right when she's walking in with you.
Yeah.
Like, dudes don't have, a lot of guys don't have that respect, and
Not anymore.
they see those curves or whatever, and they're just like, oh, she definitely, you know, they automatically put that title that Ayende was saying on you. So
man, gone are the days when you try to talk to a woman and she'd be like, I got a man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Gone are those days.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want us to do a BBL episode. I know a lot of chicks with BBLs. If y'all want us to get some girls in here with some BBLs, we'll bring them in. We'll talk to them. It's not even about shaming them. It's just more like, you know, we'll have an actual conversation with the ladies. But
have we had any BBLs here? Oh, actually, we did, because what you call it told me she has a BBL.
Yeah,
and told me last night though. Oh, and Matessa.
Tessa has a BBL. Yeah, yeah. Miami's like.
Only two I can think of.
It's like a hot spot for BBL.
Yeah, I think that was on. Yeah. All right, so we'll go to the next clip.
Yeah.
And guys in the chat, scroll to the top of the chat if you guys want to join the StreamYard. Scroll to the top, hit the StreamYard. I think we want to get you guys input. We got two lovely ladies here. So
check Chrome real quick. Go ahead.
All right, we'll go to the next clip. I can find the damn house. There we go.
You can't just pick women based on looks. You have to understand a woman's mindset. And if her mindset is modern, you gotta go. Doesn't matter what comes. And you only judge women based upon their actions. Give women in general the benefit of the doubt. And see, a lot of ladies aren't going to like what I'm about to say, but I say this: look at a woman that even if you're dealing with, assume that she means the best. Assume her heart's in the right place. It doesn't matter. It comes down to your actions.
Yeah, I'm always telling guys, don't tell me about what a woman won't do. Don't tell me about what a woman will never do and all this other stuff. It's like, bro, you have not been in that situation. You don't know what she's going to do in that situation. Don't tell me she won't leave you. Don't tell me she wouldn't divorce you. Don't tell me she wouldn't take your kids. Don't tell me she wouldn't take your house, because what she tells you she will and won't do is not the same as what she will or won't do in that situation. So, I mean, Kevin said something similar, just, you know, in a completely different way. Judge women on their actions, but that's what I'm always telling guys. And if you're unsure about it, guess what? You don't have to wait for it to happen. You could pretend that it happened and see what she does. You know what I'm saying? Tell a little white lie. See what happens. I'm always telling guys that. See what the fuck happens. Tell her you cheated on her. Tell her you slept with another woman. Write it down first. Say, baby, this isn't really true. I'm just going to tell you to see what you're going to do, and send her the text message. And then say, don't look at your phone real quick. I got to tell you something first. then see what she says and say, okay, look at your phone. I just made that up to see how you'd respond. Because if that's you gonna leave me over that, then we might as well separate now.
Right. Or she'll fucking tell on herself or some shit she did. You know, there's a
Yeah,
bunch,
that
there's
could
a
do-
bunch
that
of
could
stuff that
happen
can
too.
happen there.
She'd be like, well, that's why I'm with your best friend.
Right.
That's why I'm with your best friend. They bigger than yours anyway.
Right.
Like, damn, girl, those are jokes.
So let's go to Jessica first. Jessica, what did you think of that clip?
I agree with you because I genuinely feel like your actions speak louder than your words. People offer things,
You're
just
cutting out a little bit.
in the know.
You're
Can you guys
cutting
hear me now?
Sounds
Yeah,
better now.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I think my finger was on the mic. But yeah, I think we all heard the saying growing up that your actions speak louder than your words. Like as much as you state something, you never really know how you're gonna react until you're put in that predicament. So yeah, you can't really sit here and be like, oh, I'll never do that or I'll never do this until you're put in a situation that's exactly how you will react. But I think that you can learn that.
Oh, we lost her.
She got car static.
Car freeze.
Car friction. Yeah, she'll hit the link again though.
Yeah, she'll come back.
Finish that. So yeah, chat, chime in on it.
Yeah, chat, let us know. So I'll just say this, guys. To be honest with you, I agree totally with the clip. I agree with a lot of what Kevin said. To be, completely honest, I think a woman's actions speak louder than her words. She'll tell you a bunch of crap. Just like, a guy may lie to a woman to get in her pants, but you can kind of see how she reacts. So I want to ask Sarah, what do you think about that? Do you think a man should trust a woman's words or a woman's actions?
100% a woman's actions. Like, just like how you said when I came in, I look like that I'm calm, and then I would tell you the things that I would actually do if a certain situation happens.
She's a monster.
Yeah, guys, quick backstory. When she came in, I said, yo, you're super calm. See how she seems so sweet? Y'all see her? She was like, yo, I get loud. I done beat some bitches up. Like, she was telling me like all this. So guys, you never know until they get angry. So she was saying like, yeah, I can turn into a real...
Passion is good though. I mean, you don't want a woman that's numb. So that could be good too. I mean, you don't want a chick that's crazy, but you don't want a chick that's like
Well, every woman has crazy, but yeah. Just how
but
crazy
listen, I mean, come
I'm
on.
the crazy side.
I mean, if they love you, trust me, they gonna have some crazy in there.
Yo, Chad, tell me what y'all think of her, because doesn't she seem so like nice?
You think she's innocent?
Passive. But you see that laugh? That's the laugh.
The quiet ones
that she isn't. She's
the quiet ones aren't to be trusted. Jessica, what did you say before you cut out? You were saying something.
I was just saying that everybody's heard the saying that actions speak louder than words. So I think he just gave us like an adult version of that saying. So yeah, I mean, you'll never know how a person's going to react until they're in a situation. But I think that there's always cues that you could pick up on to tell like a person's character. So
I mean, I think it's men's fault for a lot of these things because the guys are... It's like Nike, man. You can't say, "Oh my God, Nike is horrible. They employ child employees in sweatshops and they're exploiting these people in Taiwan." And it's like, yeah, but how many Nikes you got? And shut up.
20
because you're voting for Nike with your dollar. So
I got a bunch of Nike.
Guys have been voting for bad behavior for decades. The problem is majority of guys aren't winners, and that percentage keeps going down. Not only does that percentage go down, but the percentage that are winners aren't even like bona fide winners because the competition level is drowning out because guys nowadays aren't aggressive. They're not ambitious. They're not viciously competitive, which they should be. Guys should constantly be giving each other a hard time. The bestest of friends should challenge each other the most. And guys nowadays aren't competitive, bro. They act like women. They act like it's a democracy. They act like everybody gets equal, everybody's human, and everybody deserves it. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You should be shoving each other, pushing each other, stepping on each other's necks, beating each other up constantly, and giving each other shit. When you listen to guys talk nowadays, majority of the time it's all polite. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Nobody's offending
mhm.
anybody. Nobody's teasing anybody. They took up the hazing. They took the hazing out of all the environments.
Mhm.
I'm talking about that at work not too long ago. When I came back, I was like, something's different. And I was like, who's the rookies? I can't tell who the rookies are
Mhm.
because nobody's bullying them. Nobody's hazing them. I'm like,
Mhm.
why they're not locking dudes in lockers? You know what I'm saying? Why not slapping food out of their hand? Why not they taking money out of their locker? What's going on? What's you know what I'm saying? What is with all this civilized behavior?
Right.
Because it doesn't make them stronger. It makes them weak.
Yep.
It's a bunch of pussies now. Now we got people complaining about getting bullied on the internet. Apparently, you've never been punched in the face before. You're complaining about words that someone typed? Huh.
Mhm. Mhm.
Imagine someone holding your mouth open while their friend takes a stick, puts it in dog shit, then puts the stick in your mouth while the other dude closes your jaw and then the first guy pulls the stick out. That's the type of bullying we used to engage in.
Mhm.
Mouthful of dog shit. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But all I'm
That's
saying
savage, bro.
is when you've been through enough, it makes you tougher. And you're not about to break down for every little thing. Now you got guys that are depressed and this happened and oh my God, and what am I gonna do? And when they tell you their problems, you're like, that's it?
Mhm.
That's it? That's all that happened? God damn it. I thought this was important. So what I'm saying is when we look at the state of the women, why are they so cocky and arrogant with this dysfunctional behavior? Because they're getting endless attention.
Mhm.
And you can't tell women they're wrong when they're still getting shows. You can't. You can't tell a woman she doesn't deserve something that she's getting from plenty of guys. Granted, she doesn't like any of those guys, but she's not making that connection. She's not making that correlation. She's
Mhm.
not realizing that the treatment that you're demanding from the guy you want, you only get from the men you don't want. You don't see a connection. You don't see a pattern there, sis.
Mhm.
No. Instead, what she sees is these men don't want to give no commitment. These men are afraid of commitment. No. The quality dudes just don't want to commit to you.
Mhm.
It's not a coincidence that the guys that nobody wants are the guys that are offering commitment.
Mhm.
So when Kevin is saying you gotta choose these women with your eyes closed, what he's saying is stop rewarding these women for just existing. If you force women to put their best foot forward, if you force women to actually contribute to relationships, to actually do some work, actually do some effort themselves, be chaste, be more responsible, what you call it, use their discretion more. If you force women to do that for acceptance, they would. That's why they did in the past.
Right.
But when these women can do anything under the sun and still get attention, there's absolutely no incentive for good behavior. In fact, they're actually incentivized for the bad behavior because the bad behavior is what's getting all the attention. And then what's happening is the good girls are suffering because they're like, well, how come I'm not getting no attention? Nobody's treating me right. Guys don't want to commit to me. You know what happens to the good girls? They get taken advantage of.
Right. Let me ask, Jessica, you said you were single
Yes.
and you're single.
Mm-hmm.
Can you ladies describe the kind of guy that you like? I'm just curious as to like what kind of man you go for and then why you think you're single because it's interesting. I see a lot of beautiful women nowadays that just don't have a man. It's just kind
Everybody's
of
single.
weird to me. Can you describe first what your type of guy is and then why you think you're single, Jessica, and then we'll go to Sarah.
I don't think that I have a type look wise, but I typically dated athletes in the past. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I mean, they're typically taller athletes, though. I mean, or is it like basketball? Is it a certain type of basketball, football, or does it matter?
Football.
Well, let me ask you this though. Hold on. Because you like football, or what is the common denominator? What is this this trait that they seem to have in common?
I'm sorry.
What is the characteristic that you think these athletes have?
I don't.
That they-
I think that those are the type of people that were approaching me. So that's the people that I dated.
Could it be that those are the type of guys that are, I don't know, maybe competitive?
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
women don't give a shit about sports, but
Yeah,
yet they
yeah.
like athletes. Why? Because
Right.
athletes are constantly competing against other men, constantly.
Yeah.
So
I could
why do you think you're single? or why are you? What's the reason?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
think
know?
that. Oh, I do know. I am single because I don't go outside. I be in the house
There we
studying,
go. There we
cat, and
go.
going to the gym.
All right.
Wait a minute, but hold on. Isn't that the natural habitat of a girlfriend to be home anyway?
I mean,
Yeah, but you got to go outside to find someone.
Yeah,
I don't know. Y'all got the internet nowadays. You got to go to the grocery store at some point. You know what I mean? You got to buy toilet paper. So sometimes,
how many dudes do you curve? Like a dude tries to holler at you out at the grocery store, he tries to go slide in your DMs. How many dudes are you not responding to?
Like a day or like a week?
Like a day,
if it's a day,
every time you go outside,
I don't know. You tell me.
Every time you go outside,
every time you go out, you don't have to tell me how many times you get approached, but are you curving a lot of dudes? Like, are you saying no?
Why?
That's why you're saying.
Why?
let me hold on. Let me just say something real quick.
Okay.
Ladies, you gotta stop doing this. Here's my advice to you. If you really are serious about dating, at least give the guy that, if he's remotely attractive, and as Kevin used to say, if you would have sex with him, if you could see yourself having sex with him, at least give him one date. I think the biggest problem with a lot of women is y'all won't even give a dude one date. I would be cool if you went, you know what? After the first date. But some of y'all don't even let him get to the first date. And I think that's a big reason why a lot of you women are single. I'm speaking past you, Jessica. I'm just speaking in general for the two women that are in here. But a lot of y'all gotta understand, man. Either you're single because you want to be single, or you're just happy being alone, or whatever. I don't think any woman's really happy being alone, but you're really not giving guys any chances. It's like you're just curving so many dudes. So it's just weird to me when I see women that are attractive, both of you just like, it's like, it's just
I don't believe
weird.
that's what it is, though.
I mean,
I don't think that's what it is.
I think women at least give a guy a chance.
I think women are giving guys a chance. They're giving the dude a chance.
They're not going on dates, bro.
Hold on. They're giving
the wrong ones.
They're giving the dude a chance to be persistent, and the dudes are like, all right, never mind. You know what I'm saying? The first sign of difficulty, the guy's like, all right, never mind. I think that's probably what it is more times.
I mean, I disagree. I think that they're not letting them. They're not going on dates. When's the last time you've been on a date with a guy? Exactly. All right. What about you?
No. But hold on though. Hold on. When you show a lack of interest, is it always genuine?
I would say that the reason why I'm not like going out of my way to date right now is because I'm studying for the MCAT. I'm applying to like med schools, grad schools, and none of those places are in South Florida. So for me to be in the dating pool of South Florida, like I just don't think it's fair, because 9 times out of 10, nobody's gonna follow me to Philadelphia or to any of the other cities that like I'm applying to schools in. So I just don't think it's fair to like start dating and start a relationship here and then have to force long distance on anyone. That's just my personal.
How old are you again?
I'm 24.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. That's prime real estate. So
I wish I had my Kevin Samuels. I'm a PhD.
Yeah, I don't know. That's prime real estate.
Right.
You might want to stop dicking around.
So what about you?
It is prime real estate. 24.
Yeah, you're at the perfect. You're like the perfect.
Yeah, because chicks be thinking that
they get married and have kids.
Women think, okay, well, I'm gonna start thinking about relationships and thinking about all that when I'm ready to get married. It's like,
no, I think that I know that I want to get married. I know that I want to have kids, and whenever that happens, like I would like that to happen sometime in this season for me. But I think because I don't think that I'm going to be in the city, that it's just not fair for my partner, whoever he is.
Well, hold on, wait a minute. What city are you moving to?
I don't know. I'm applying to like. So I applied to a school in Virginia, in Philadelphia, in Orlando, but none of them are really in like. I think I applied to one school in South Florida, but it's not my top school.
But that's besides the point. How many schools did you apply to?
4.
Okay, so why don't you be as calculated and as intentional and deliberate with your love life as you are with your education and your career? If I knew that I applied to schools in these particular cities, my ass would be on Tinder. I'd be on Instagram. I'd be on whatever in those cities. When
Mhm.
I'm going on a trip, I don't gotta meet nobody when I get there, because I've already done all of that before I get on the damn plane. Weeks before I get on the plane, I'm already matching with women in that city. I'm already hitting hashtag Atlanta, hashtag Medellin, hashtag Vegas, hashtag wherever the fuck I'm going. I'm already hashtagging that bitch 3 weeks before and seeing who lives in that city that I have an interest in. So that way I've already developed a rapport. I already DM'd them. I'm already got their phone number. I already FaceTime with them. You know what I'm saying? I already did all of that. So when I get off the plane, they're picking me up from the airport. It's just use your brain. So if you know that it's these 3 cities you going to, you can start meeting guys in them cities right now. Right now.
Well, I've
and
lived
getting
in
to know.
Philadelphia for a year, so I know the city well. Orlando, I know a lot of people because I went to school. Well, I went to school in Tallahassee, but I just know a lot of people, like a lot of my friends that went to school in Orlando. And then Virginia, I know like 2 people, but
All you gotta do is find a couple football players out there, go to their
no,
follow list, and their follow list gonna be full of other football players in that city.
no.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. What about you, Sarah? What kind of guy are you attracted to, and why do you think you're single?
The kind of guy that I'm attracted to, I don't even know, to be
You don't-
honest.
yeah,
I
you
don't
do.
know.
That's very helpful.
What's the last dude you dated? What's the last? What did he look like? The last dude.
The last dude.
We a picture.
Yeah. Can we bring up? Can we put it on the
We
screen?
need a mugshot.
Can we show the camera?
Let me see.
You just look at just compare the last 3 guys.
Pull it up for real.
Yeah,
Oh
like
no, we gonna pull it up.
look
for
at the
real,
last
for
3
real.
guys and try to figure out what did they have in common.
Oh, we pulling it up for real.
Yeah.
Because
Let's see.
guys,
Hey, that nigga look like me.
people,
Hey.
oh, I thought that was you.
Chad, I got a chance. I have a
Why
chance.
does Negro look familiar?
I have a chance, Chad.
Yo, King, you got a brother.
Yo, brother. Let me
You
see.
got
That
a
nigga look
brother.
exactly like me, bro.
He
Hold up.
look-
Let
he
me.
look- he look like
Can I show the
you.
camera?
He like you didn't get enough sleep.
How do I show the camera this?
I'm crying.
Damn it.
Trust me, he looks just like
Can y'all can't.
he.
Hold
Yeah,
Oh.
put it this
I
way: your
can
ass
do
can
it.
get arrested for his
Oh, they
crime.
can't see it.
You could get arrested for his crime easy. They'd be like, "We got him,
Jack-
we got him, Lieutenant.
Y'all can't see
We
this
got
'cause
him.
it's gonna be blurry.
We got him, Lieutenant."
Yeah, y'all can't see, but this nigga look just like me, bro.
Oh my god.
How do I zoom?
He looked like you. He looked like you in need of a nap, bro.
We're gonna learn how to get motherfuckers on the screen. I swear.
It's easy. You could have plugged it into the.
Yeah, we'll figure that out, Chad.
Wait, how old is he?
But he got dreads like
he's
me.
20. Yeah, he's 20.
Yeah, that's the problem. You dating dudes too young, man.
I got a chance, Chad.
I mean,
You
it's
dating
just
dudes
a
too young. Yo, why
It's
why
just here.
women? Yeah,
I've
too
dated
many
a-
of y'all be letting these underage drivers get behind the
I dated
wheel,
a guy who was
and
5
then he
years
wreck your
older than
ass,
me,
and then you come on now,
and he was way worse than this one.
How old are
man.
you?
Like,
21.
you see, and she dating dudes that are 20. What?
20.
He was younger than you.
Yeah, this one was younger than me. The one before him was 5 years older than me. This was
The
25.
fuck was you thinking?
All right, why do you think you're single?
Because I want to be.
No,
No,
that's not why.
Men are just too much work. It's too much
When
work.
they're younger
Too
than you,
much
yeah.
energy.
When they're younger than you,
We
yeah.
lose energy as we get older.
You sugar mama. What the hell's going on? You you practicing to be a cougar?
Y'all just have a whole nonchalant way of going about. Women are just they just don't. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, no,
it's
like, that's
okay.
That's the
my
luxury. The guy
People
coming
are
to
getting
you.
kidnapped now. Like
That was the
okay.
last clip we played
Mm-mm.
already, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So okay, top
Oh
five.
no! We got 2 more.
There's
Or
two
one.
more.
Yeah. There's 1 or 2 more. Yeah.
All right. Before we get that, Jessica, top 5 qualities for a husband.
High earning.
Okay.
Like the ability to lead.
Okay.
Like intelligent. I like people that I can learn from.
Okay.
You don't gotta be cute. You could be like ugly. I like ugly, handsome.
Okay.
Like,
Ugly.
I don't know. You have to give a
Handsome.
celebrity that fits
Yeah.
that description. What this motherfucker John Mayers? John was it John Mayers? Jonathan Mayers,
John Mayer. Oh, the
Jonathan
dude
Mayers.
that did
dude from Creed.
from Creed. Yeah, yeah.
The dude in
I don't know
the
who that is.
dude in the pink.
God damn it! I wish we could bring up shit on the screen.
We can.
We need a damn producer.
Wait,
I'd call Future ugly handsome.
Future.
yeah,
All
Future,
right.
Future is an ugly bastard, bro. All these chicks
Like-
be acting so goo over him. I'm like, knock it off.
Yeah. So
Knock
that's
it
hold
off.
on. How many is that? 1,
4.
4, and what's the last one?
You gotta be taller than me.
Yeah, but that's not really a.
Oh, you want?
That's
Husband.
not a trait or a
No,
quality.
okay.
That's just genetics.
Yeah, what a hubby like for
That's
like
true.
husband. Give us one more if you got.
Oh, like you have to be active.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just like
Yes.
healthy fitness.
Okay.
So okay, so if
Active,
it's
yeah.
important that he's dominant, he's a leader, that he's intelligent, then why is it so important that you be educated, independent, employed?
Who said that?
It's almost like you're working towards the same position.
well, I mean, you're in school for
Yeah, because you're prioritizing the school
You're
thing.
saying you have priorities of getting a
A
degree. and,
guy that's suited to lead is not really concerned that you went and did your whole college thing.
Oh, I mean, I'm doing that to sustain myself. But at the end of the day, if my husband
That's
came
a
up to
husband's
me
job,
and
though.
told me,
That's a husband's job, though. Just like the provider, you said you want him to be a
yeah,
high
I
earner.
understand that.
Well, if he's a high earner, then why do we need you to have gone to school and wasted all this time getting an education? Education for what? Obviously, you're trying to make a profit with this education, right? Or you just want to know this stuff just to know this stuff. How does it benefit your children?
Well, I don't think like I want to get my education because that's something that I've been pursuing for literally whatever. But at the end of the day, if my husband told me, "Hey, I want you to quit your job and take care of the kids and be a stay-at-home wife and cook dinners and meals and clean," I will do it.
Can I say something that women don't want to hear that upsets them? But I mean,
Fuck it.
I don't know. Let's put a little bit of logic into it. Let's take some feelings out and just, I don't know, kind of sort of think logically.
Mhm.
The amount of times that I've seen women go to school just for the sake of they were told to go to school when they were young. So they
Mhm.
started making that investment. And then their thought process is, well, I've already put 4 years into this. I've already put 5 years into this. I've already put 7 years into this. And then when you turn around, you put all this into school and you never actually had a reason, desire, or passion for that shit. Now you have a degree that you aren't even going to use to make back the money that you fucking borrowed to pay tuition, let
Well, I
alone.
do have a passion for medicine. I just think that if my husband decided, like, if my husband genuinely wanted to just take care of me and wanted me to take care of the house, like, I don't have a problem doing that.
Yeah,
but
what
I do have a passion for medicine. That's why I pursued it.
what I'm saying is that you're at the age to already be doing that. You're at the age to already have like a 2-year-old. We're working on your second child already at 24. So what I'm saying is women have been tricked into wasting an exorbitant amount of time chasing shit that doesn't, not only does it not bring them happiness and satisfaction, it doesn't even bring them functionality most of the time because they're like literally paid more for this damn degree than they actually end up making with it. And then it's like you can't get back the time you wasted. Like you literally could have been on your second, third child in the time frame it takes to go get some of these degrees. And what they don't realize is you're making yourself less valuable to said husband. It's just a big waste of time.
Can
It's
I ask
like,
a question? Real quick question for Jessica. Do you think that maybe you could have done it flip, like you're working backwards, like you could have prioritized a family or husband or
Mhm.
whatever is first and then got your education
after?
later? Like why do women think that they got to get it first? Like somehow you're not an athlete. It's not like your knees are going to give out or something. You know what I'm saying? Like why not just I mean, maybe you could go to school or part-time or something, but why not prioritize a man or a relationship or maybe kids if you want them when you're younger and more fertile and can handle it, and then just go get your education when you're in your late 30s or 40s? It's only going to take 4 or 5 years, so it's not like it's going to take like why do you think that you're doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying like, oh well, it's not fair to a guy if I date now. Like why don't you just do it the other way, or doing both.
But you guys are saying that as if I won't date in school, or if I won't like pursue someone while I'm getting my education. That's not true. I said that I just don't want to be like starting a relationship in a city that I know that I'm not going to live in.
Okay, so what I'll say back to that is, though, your relationships are like a muscle, and if you don't work them, you lose them. So the longer, I don't know how long this is going to take, but what I'm saying is, like, let's say the school that you're applying for can take months or maybe a year. I don't know how long it's going to take. That's time you're off the market and you're basically not.
All right, let's try this. You see how he brought up physicality. He said it's not like your knees are going to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her knees are going to go out.
Yeah, I was about to say
it's just that her knees going out doesn't have anything to do with going to school.
That's my point.
But it has a hell of a lot to do with childbearing. So what a lot of chicks don't realize is you are like an athlete. Okay, it's the same way that guys have to do certain things in their youth. If guys are going to play football, basketball, whatever, certain sports, you're going to have to pursue that career in your late teens and throughout your 20s. And you need to go pro while you're still in your 20s if you want to get paid the highest possible contract. Now, any later, you're going to get offered less money and you're probably going to be sitting on the damn bench. You're going to be a supporting player. Okay? That's just the nature of it. Now, for the female equivalent of that is childbearing. So the women that are thinking, yeah, I'll get married when I'm 28. I'll get married when I'm 30. I'll start having kids when I'm 30. Okay, that's like a guy saying, yeah, man, I'm gonna get drafted to the NBA when I'm 30. Are you now? Are you now? You see what I mean? You might go play overseas at 30, but your goddamn contract is not going to be for $7.5 million minimum. It's not going to be for $25 million a year. No, your contract is going to be for $200K a year. Go play for Japan, learn the language, enjoy the sushi. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So this is exactly what's going to happen to women. Oh yeah, you'll get married at 30. Oh yeah, you'll have your first kid at 31. It ain't going to be to no dude making $150K a year, making $200K a year. Okay, it's going to be to some dude making 10%, 20% more than you. Mm-hmm. And now your ass can't afford to stop working and raise them kids because his little 65, 70K a year ain't going to be enough for the lifestyle you want because you wanted to start having kids at 30. And the men that want to provide for women that are high earners, they're going to do the same thing they do with vehicles and homes. They're going to go for the highest quality. They're going to get brand new cars. That's what they're going to get. They're not going to get cars that are 6 years used and had 2 previous owners. Why? They can afford a brand new Benz. Why are they getting a used, pre-owned, certified pre-owned Benz? So this is not really hard logic to understand. Women just don't want to think about these things. The problem is they don't have no time machine. Cain ain't their cousin. Thanos ain't their uncle. You're not going to borrow the time stone and go back in time and do it different. So you're literally wasting your fucking life. And then you're going to wonder why you're not getting the type of guys that you want. They might sleep with you from time to time, but they're not going to commit to you. Why? Because they simply have younger, better options. So I'm just being brutally honest with you that 24, that's around the age that millionaire dudes want to marry a woman because they want the longevity of the woman. They don't want to marry her when her youth has already been either spent in the college classroom or in the streets. So that's like the two options right now. Women are either out here thotting in these streets through their 20s, or they're sitting on some college campus through their 20s. Either way, it doesn't behoove the man that they think that they want or deserve or whatever. It just does not. And I understand that's a hard gamble because basically what that means is you're going to have to start dating this dude at 21, 22, 23 so that he could be putting a ring on it by 24, 25, which means you're going to have to put your eggs in that basket. And a lot of women have been brainwashed to go the independent. I don't want to depend on no man route. I just want to want a man. The problem is that is not the social contract between men and women. The social contract between husband and wife isn't I want you and you want me. That's not the social contract. The social contract is you need him and he desires you. Children come from that. Now he's not going anywhere because he's responsible for you and these children, and you're not going anywhere because you're invested because you get from these children. Right. That's the social contract. But what women want is to not need him. Therefore, I don't have to be submissive. I don't have to do what I'm told. I don't have to cooperate unless I agree. Everything has to be ran through that filter. That's not what the fuck the man is signing on for. Okay, no boss wants to hire employees and then pay them to negotiate with them, pay them to have to agree with them before they do what he's telling them to do. He's paying you to do what he's telling you to do. So it's the same thing with a man. The reason why the man doesn't mind being a provider, the reason why the man doesn't mind being responsible for your safety and having to risk his life is because he expects to get the authority in exchange for it. He expects to get the helpmate in exchange, and he expects to get the legacy in exchange. But women are thinking that I'm not going to give any of those things, but somehow still have my hand out for this man to pay for my lifestyle. Where's the incentive for him to do that?
Right. All right. I think we have one more clip, guys. We're going to go into this last clip. Once again, guys, if you're in the chat, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Also, go to youtube.com/@mentuition. Like the stream. We're dual streaming now on both channels, guys. So you can watch on this channel or the other channel. I think we can see both chat rooms. So if you guys put something in the Mentuition chat, we can see it. If you put something in Authentic Alpha's chat, we can see it. And if you guys want to jump into StreamYard, we still got some more time left. If you want to chat with the ladies, you can certainly do that. All right, let's get to this last clip here.
Now we're gonna find out at what age does
you want her to respect your masculinity and your manhood because you have a and an XY chromosome. It don't work that way. Women respect resources. You can't check a bitch because you got nothing to check with. The only place you dominate is in the bedroom. Dominate on the balance sheet. Dominate on your wallet, which is your accomplishments. Any woman that you choose to deal with, her money should be no good with you if you're 100% man. You pay everything.
I love it.
All right.
What do you think, Sarah? Well, first I want to ask Sarah, at what age do you want to get married? You plan to get married? Okay, and at what age do you think would be ideal to get married?
Like 26.
Okay, what age do you think your options start getting lesser instead of better?
26.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so what do you think about that clip there?
I agree with him. Like,
is that the big dick energy? Pays for everything. He got everything covered.
I mean, I feel like that a guy looks more like a man if they're willing to always provide, like always pay for everything, you know? Even though, I mean, I know I'm not the kind of girl who likes gotta pay for everything. Like I honestly hate it. I do. But I know that it does make a guy feel more like a man once they're able to provide, like without even asking, oh, hey, can you help me with this bill or this bill, you know?
Okay, but then what does this guy expect to get in exchange? Because that's just part of what's going to make him feel like a man. If you're doing that and women aren't doing certain things in response, then you don't feel like a man, you feel like a simp. You feel like a sponsor. You feel like a sucker. So there's plenty of men out there that have a lot of money that can afford to finance a woman. It doesn't mean that they're a real man or they feel like a real man. So what is a man supposed to be getting in exchange for this generation?
I feel like for that a woman should be giving that kind of man like care and show him support.
How about respect?
That's the number one thing. Yeah.
How about cooperation? That'd be nice.
Support, yeah.
How about some appreciation? How about being humble? You know, things like that would be nice.
Yeah.
Like maybe not raising your voice at me in my house that I pay the bills at. That'd be great. That'd be phenomenal if you didn't raise your voice at me.
I choose to be single. Because
wait.
Because I have anger issues. So
So you choose to be single because you have anger issues.
Yeah.
Why not just deal with the anger issues?
Yeah. See,
I don't know. It'd be really hard for me to be mad at someone and like angry with someone that like finances my whole lifestyle. That's
maybe
I don't know, man. I just feel like you're not in a position to like yell at me and raise your voice and shit when I paid for the food in your stomach, I paid for the nails, I paid for the food in the cabinet in the fridge, and
Where are you from culturally?
me.
Yeah.
I'm just
You said Jamaican?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was giving Caribbean dad.
Well,
Caribbean.
I don't know. I
Hey.
never experienced the men in my family being chastised by their women or nagged at or
Yeah.
I never once in my life saw the women in my family raise their voice to their husbands. Never.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm Trinidadian, and my mom, like, I don't know, my parents just like give me the epitome of like what I want a relationship to be like. And yeah, my mom has never, even if my dad is loud and wrong, my mom will never say anything. Like, she'll just shut up. And she'll just let him have it. And my dad was the breadwinner, obviously. My mom worked as well, but she didn't have to. She just chose to. And yeah, I don't know. Even when my like mom, if she got off of work and she's tired, she doesn't care. She's like, oh, let me cook food before your dad gets home. Like, that is the type of woman that she was, and that is, and that is like who I desire to be in my relationships. Like, that's always just. But yeah, the response that you said, like, oh, I gave you food in your stomach and food in the cabinets, roof over your head. Yeah, that's very much Caribbean dad response.
Because it goes both ways. The women be
Yeah.
acting like, "Oh, well, I'm tired." So then you think men don't get tired? You don't think
Yeah.
men don't have moments when they're not happy and they're not 100% fulfilled, but they still do what they're obligated to do. So I think the modern woman has lost her sense of obligation. You know what I mean? Like I took care of my grandfather when he was in his elder years because I'm obligated to. I
Yeah.
didn't want to. You know what I mean? It wasn't convenient for me, but it was an obligation. And I think that's the thing. The modern woman is like, I'm just going to go ahead and get divorced because it's more convenient for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and live separate than the father of my child because it's more convenient for me. I'm going to start dating other men because it's more convenient for me. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's more convenient for me. It's like, well, what about the people you're obligated to?
Ladies are choosing the path of least resistance all the time. And so I think that a lot of ladies, like you said, it's just easier for you to quit and give up. And that's the problem. We should do a stream on that. Modern day women are quitters. They quit so easily. I call it the arm flail. Something happens, I'm never gonna do that again. It's like this I'm done. And you're just gonna put yourself in a position where you're just not going to succeed with men or really with anything. It's not even just men. Like if every time something happens to you, you just go, I'm never going to do that again, or I give up. I mean, my mom, and I love my mom to death, she got married one time. It was a terrible relationship, you know, got hit, drugs, all that kind of stuff. Like people look at me, oh, he's a calm black dude. He's probably chill. Nah, man, I grew up in the hood. I grew up people getting shot. My dad got shot. I've had friends get shot in the head. I had another friend, best friend, got shot 8 times, resuscitated back to life, got shot again by the same guy. So I don't need to spew off this hood stuff. I grew up around drugs and all of this stuff. I'm saying all that to say is that my mom, she never got remarried again because it was, I give up. I'll never get married again. She had this, and for me, I didn't. She's her thing to me was, aren't you glad you didn't have a bunch of guys running in and out of the house and you didn't have a stepdad? I was like, not really. Yeah, I was like, I mean, I didn't want a bunch of guys running in and having sex with my mom, but I mean, I was too young to really understand that anyway. It would have actually been nice to have a guy because maybe it would have worked out. And her thing was, I did you a favor, and I was like, nah, not really.
Not really.
So I people look at me in the chat. Oh, he looks young. He looks passive. Trust me, guys. There's a lot of stuff that I've went through, and I'll open up more on different podcasts. But anyway, I just want you guys to know that, and she's a baby boomer. She was born in 1955, and her thing was give up. So it started way back then, where women had this mentality of doing that. She was right at the cusp of where that cut off, where that feminism kicked in, right at her age group. So I'm saying that all to say that, you know, you got to stop quitting on guys and and having this nonchalant viewpoint on relationships.
Options, man. The options mess them up. Women have too many damn options,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is
and they don't know how to pick. They don't know how to pick what they want to eat. They don't know. They don't know how to pick what shoes they should get. They don't know how to pick where they should take a trip to. They don't know how to pick a guy. I'm telling you, man. Women don't know how to pick a job. They don't know how to pick a major in college. They're not. They're not. I'm telling you right now, they're not good at picking, and you can't tell me they are because women are the most asking somebody else ask people on the planet. What should I do? What do you think about this? What do you think
Asking
about
a
that?
girlfriend.
And they're not. Let me tell you something. Women aren't even good at choosing advice. They ask people for advice that aren't qualified. It's like, why are you even asking this person for advice? Why are you even listening to this person talk? If you're having relationship issues, why are you talking to people that are single?
Mhm.
And not only single, but haven't been in a relationship for a length of time to where it's like you know what I mean? Their method has been proven to work. And then it's like these women over here deciding how marriages should go, yet they never saw any examples of marriages.
Mhm.
It's amazing to me when young women tell you how marriage is supposed to be, and it's like, well, hold on, your parents weren't married.
yeah.
So how would you know what marriage is supposed to be like? How would you know that you're supposed to be happy? Who told you you're supposed to be happy? Because these women be getting divorced simply because they're not happy. Who the fuck told you that wives be happy and stay happy and are happy
Yeah.
the entire man? Who told you that? Where'd you get that idea?
Yes,
Because when I was growing up, the wives did not look happy. They looked busy. They weren't happy. And the funny thing is, the women who are married, they don't necessarily look happy, but they're fulfilled and they have purpose and they have meaning. So when they are happy, it's really genuine, even if it's not all the time. But then the women that are out running free that look happy are the most miserable bitches on the planet. And that's why they were trying to keep other women single.
Mhm.
And that's why they're always bitter. They're always blaming someone else instead of saying, you know what, maybe I did make a few mistakes. Maybe it's a couple things I could have did better. Girl, don't make the mistake I made. You don't never hear them say that. And if they do, the mistake is not really a mistake they made. The mistake is the guy. That's how disingenuous it is when they say, don't make the mistake I made and date this type of guy. It's like sis, sis, that's not you. So let's talk about the mistake you made in the relationship. Oh, the mistake I made was that guy, or giving that guy another chance. And then it's like, okay, well, you have women getting divorced, and then when you ask the couple that have been together for a long time, was there ever any fidelity or infidelity? And guess what? There was.
Mhm.
So it's just funny how the women are like getting divorced and acting as if the reason why the marriage didn't work is because the guy cheated. It's like, sis, you do realize that the marriages that did work for decades, at some point in time, somebody cheated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's like my parents.
Right.
Like my mom is like crazy and loud and always screaming for no reason. Maybe that's probably where I get it from. And my dad is like the calm one, and she was always like the stay-at-home mom, and he would come home with the money. And at some point, like I think after like 19, 20 years, he cheated, and she still stayed
Damn,
with
19
him.
years? Phew. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. But then what's the cheating? You know what I mean? A lot of these women don't realize is that the reason why the guy is doing what he's doing is because a lot of times that element gets sucked out of the relationship because you have so much other things going on that take precedent. You got children you got to worry about, you got bills, you got to make sure the mortgage is paid. None of those things are romantic. None of those things put nobody in the mood.
Mhm.
So a lot of times those guys got to go off somewhere else and blow off some steam, get their rocks off real quick so that they can get back focused and come and get back home and do what they got to do. Whereas it's so hard to be on the same page with the woman because she's going to be tired, she's going to be irritable, she's going to be not in the mood, she's going to be this. I mean, it's like so much going on. And then what guy's just going to constantly be on hold? What guy's just going to be constantly like, can I get some? Not yet. Okay. Maybe tomorrow? Can I? Okay. Can I just no? Okay. Baby, please, can I? Okay. What self-respecting guy wants to like go through all of that? So, and then a lot of times these women will nag, they'll complain, they'll be hard to deal with, and then they act like the guy is gonna go from being nagged to then trying to like be sweet and be romantic. Once your chick is like nagging you and acting like that, she just killed it. You're like, you know what? Just leave me alone. I just want to go have a beer and watch the game, or you understand what I'm saying? It's like he can't be in both elements at the same time is what I'm trying to say. You can't curse him out or nag him and then expect him to want to cuddle.
Right.
It's just not gonna. It's just not gonna work. And it goes the same way with the woman. Obviously, you can't neglect the woman emotionally and then expect her
Mm-hmm.
to to be in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not gonna happen. So
So Jessica, you and Sarah, we want you both to think of a question
Mhm.
for us and even the chat that you've always wanted to ask a guy. So it could be any question you want, but think of something. We're gonna ask you ladies a couple more questions, but before we close out, we're not gonna close out yet. But before we do, we want you ladies to have a question that you've always wanted to ask a guy, and we're gonna give you the most straightforward, honest answer. Okay, so think of it, you think of it, and then we'll do that. So real quick, guys, in the chat, we are going to stream another time this week. It'll probably be Thursday. Our producer's coming back into town tomorrow, so we want to definitely take advantage of having our producer here. So we are going to try to stream again. We'll keep you guys posted. Just hit the bell notification on the channel so that you guys will know when we actually are scheduling to go live and then when we actually go live. Also, if you're on Authentic Alphas right now, stroll over to youtube.com/@mentuition. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on that channel as well as on Authentic Alpha. So we're gonna ask another question to the ladies. Again, ladies, I want you to have a question for me and Allende here shortly.
Mhm.
So Jessica, let me ask. So you're currently in school and you don't know where you're going to move to or what college you're going to go to. That's what you said, correct?
I'm currently studying for a placement test, to get into a grad program.
Okay, so if your dream guy met you right now, like, or while you were in the midst of doing all of this, and I mean, he checked all the boxes for the kind of guy you want, would you give up what you're doing now for him?
Yes.
You don't. Hold on.
I believe it. I believe it.
Well, hold on. She gave a little eye twitch. Right
I believe it.
But like, it's so funny because like I say this to my mom all the time, and she does not believe me. Like I made like a little stupid TikTok trend the other day, literally saying, "Oh, I want to drop out and stay at home wife." Yes, I would.
That's my dream.
What's that?
My dream is to get to where I want to be, success-wise, and then I'm gonna decide what countries to go to, looking for my wife.
For your wife, yeah.
Like Eddie Murphy did in Coming to America.
Right.
And then when I find said wife, as humble as she is, working as hard as she's working, I'm gonna date her for a little while and just be waiting for the complaints to build up. Even though the type of girl I want is gonna complain very little, I'm just gonna wait and for that whole, I have to go to work. And oh, baby, you seem like you don't want to go. I don't, but I have to. Do you? Do you really have to? Yeah, I have to take care of my papa and no. You know what? Fuck that job. Fuck that job. In fact, I'm gonna come to work with you. Come on, let's go to work together. Hey, you, yeah.
We're gonna quit together.
Boss guy, come here. Come here, boss guy, owner guy. She quits. What? Baby tone. I don't want this job no more. I quit. I never said that before. Well, you said it today. We're out of here, Poppy. You live with me. You work for me now. You ain't gotta work again. That's my dream, right? And the women in America, they're not even letting a guy. They're not even giving a guy the opportunity or the vibe to do that.
This is a great question.
But that's Sarah. the knight in shining armor.
Sarah, if your dream guy, even though she says she don't want no dude, I don't believe that. It still came to you.
And,
you had the money, checked all the boxes. Said you got to quit your job that you have right now,
job.
and it'll take care of everything. Would you do it?
No.
Dang.
They're blocking their blessings.
Sarah. Damn it.
No.
They're blocking their blessings.
See, you're still.
Why?
21.
Why? Why would you not? What, can you please tell the chat why?
Because because of how I am right now is like, what if, okay, yeah, this is my dream guy or whatever, but it's like, what if it's like too good to be true,
Yeah, that's the problem.
Why are you people,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what-
they did this at the same
That's
time.
what ruined my marriage. That's what
people
ruined my
aren't
marriage.
supposed to
right
go
there.
into the expectations of relationships for them to fail. That's not why you go into like relationships, marriages. Like you don't go into a marriage thinking, oh yeah, it fails. You go in sickness and health, in riches and poor. Like it doesn't
Drama.
matter like how crazy the situation sounds. Like if that man says he have you, have to trust that he has you. Like no matter what, that he will make it work.
Drama.
That dreadhead didn't look like me. Did he hurt
Yeah.
you?
Why do women say, what if ... something negative? Why don't they ever say, what if it's wonderful? What if I have twins my first pregnancy and they're super healthy, super smart, super beautiful? What if my husband ends up, buying the company or get like, why don't they say that?
Mhm.
They never think, what if this amazingly positive thing happens? They always think, what if he beats me? What if he cheats on me? What if he leaves me for the secretary? What if he... It's always something ridiculously negative that they're terrified of. And because they're scared of it, they ruin what would have been a good relationship. So I was married, and I remember having a discussion with my ex-wife. I was just like super frustrated because I was like pretty nonchalant with her bullshit most of the time because life was really fucking good. Life was good. I was
Mhm.
making good money. She was making good money. She came from money, so her family was loaded. They own businesses, they own property. So they were really skeptical about me marrying her, but I paid 70% of all the bills and the expenses, even though she made and had more money than me, because I understood how important that is.
Mhm.
All of that, we share our money. I was like, fuck that. Your money's your money. I don't give a shit about your money. I don't want to know how much it is. She would say stupid shit like, let's put our money together and then split it down the middle. I was like, that's retarded. You make more money than me. So every time we would do that, I'd be at the advantage, not you. So let's not do that or say stupid things like that anymore. So we didn't have any children. Her car was paid for. My car was damn near paid for. Neither one of us had debt.
Mhm.
And we owned the condo. I was smart enough to buy the condo out of foreclosure. So that was a great deal. But she would always find little things to have a problem with it. There'd always be like little stupid stuff. So I remember one day, I was up early. I'm getting ready for the gym, and I was making my breakfast, and she heard me washing the dishes because I don't like dishes in the sink. I've never used a dishwasher in my life, and I never will. Stupidest invention. So I'm washing my dishes, and then she gets out of bed. She's upset. She's like, "Why are you washing the dishes?" I said, "Well, because I don't want them sitting here. You were in bed." So she's giving me a hard time about that. So I said, "Look, I've been thinking about this. You're Canadian, and I've been to Canada many times. I've never been proposed to by a woman outside of Canada, but in Canada, I've been proposed to 3 times.
Mhm.
That must mean something. I've been to plenty of countries, never proposed to, but Canada 3 times. So there's something there, right? So obviously the women where she's from want a guy like me. They want a dude that's West Indian descent, but has American citizenship, doesn't have children, doesn't have debt,
Mhm.
and is in shape. This is what like the majority of women in Montreal want. And I'm from Jamaica. And in Jamaica, the fantasy for the guys there is to get some European chick that's gonna take them out of the country.
Mhm.
That's the fantasy. They wanna lay the mandingo on some chick, and now they have UK citizenship or American citizenship or Canadian citizenship, right? So I was saying to her, I've been thinking, how is it that we're living people's dream? We're living people's dream, right? The people where you're from and the people where I'm from, their fantasy is what we have. To be married with no children out of wedlock, we own where we live, we both make good money, we both make our own schedule. Why is it that you find fucking problems? How is it that you could possibly find shit to complain about? And she thought about it for a second. She started crying. I said, I'll see you later. I'm going to the fucking gym. Leave me alone. But I had to put it into perspective for her because I felt like she was being extremely ungrateful. I pray every night before I go to bed. I pray every morning when I wake up. The nerve of me to complain and be so blessed. I feel like it's a slap in the face of God.
Mhm. Mhm.
You understand what I'm trying to say? It's like, what more do you want? You have a dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? The house is always clean. We have our own parking spaces. We live in a gated community. What more do you want? Your mother lives a mile away. She'll be there for childcare. We have a 2-bedroom, one of us. It's just two of us. What more do you want?
Mhm.
So I think a lot of women have to stop being so damn spoiled. Stop being so spoiled. Stop being so ungrateful. And the more grateful you are, is usually the more blessings that you attract. So something to think about.
Mhm.
But also keep a positive state of mind because you're way too young to be so resentful. You're way too young to be so paranoid. Don't let your mother, your auntie, your grandmother's failure in relationships affect your potential and prosperity in relationships, which is what I see with most Western women, especially women of color, especially melanated women.
Mhm.
They're carrying the traumas of the past generation of females.
Right.
These women have made you bitter. These women have made you overly cautious. Meanwhile, they haven't made you better at choosing. Like imagine a guy, imagine an older guy telling a younger guy all the things to be afraid of, but then not telling him how to pick better, not telling him how to make the right choices, but terrifying him of the wrong choices.
Mhm.
You're not fucking helping me, bro. I can't say, hey, listen, I'm looking to buy a new car. You're like, oh my god, don't buy this, don't buy one of these. Don't buy that car. Oh no, don't buy that car. Don't go to that dealership. It's like, okay, well, why don't you fucking make a suggestion where I should go? Oh no, I can't tell you where you should go. But I got 50 places you shouldn't go. It's like the fuck.
Right. All right, so we're gonna get the last question from the ladies here. Jessica, if you have a question, or you should have a question now, ask Allende and myself. Will answer truthfully.
Mhm.
And then we'll have Sarah give us a question, and then we'll close out here.
There's a private chat?
There's a private chat,
I didn't know
and
that.
yeah. All right, Jessica, do you got anything for us? We need something.
Yeah. I want to ask, what is like the characteristic that you guys see in women that's like, yeah, I can wife her?
Okay, so what characteristics do we look at, like, for wifey material? Okay,
Like
for
the
like
main one.
okay. I mean, same thing. Samuels would basically say: fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, cooperative. If I can mold the woman into what I need her to be for me, then I know that if she's willing to listen and cooperate, then she will ultimately will win. I mean, I do want her to act and be a wife first, and have those traits, but I think a lot of modern day women are super disagreeable nowadays. They just don't. A man says red, it's blue, green, yellow. It's like anything I say, you're just going to say the opposite of it. And if that's the case, I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman like that. So we've talked about it in previous classes, previous podcasts. We judge women based on what they say and their actions as well. And so a girl in our last podcast asked, can you tell if you would wife a woman in a couple minutes or something like
She
that?
said how many minutes before you know? I was like, what?
But yeah, for she's the one, and I'm like, minutes. It takes
Like, how
way
many
longer than minutes.
situations? How many scenarios?
Yeah, so just a woman who's fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative,
Mhm.
submissive, and that can add value to what I'm doing. She's not always questioning. She allows me to lead. If I'm steering the boat, she's not trying to grab the wheel and go to some other destination. That's really all we need, because if you check those boxes, you can pretty much, it's like it should just work. But there's so many women that don't want to conform to the guy that they're with. I end up
Mhm. Yeah, I mean they don't want to be his woman.
Right.
They're obsessed with being their own woman. But the irony with that is they don't even know what that is. So you have women that don't want to follow, but they have no sense of direction. So it just doesn't make any damn sense. Just like you have women that want to be career women, they want to be independent, but what they don't realize is by the time they hit their 30s, they're not going to want to work full time anymore. So you just dedicated your life to learning skill sets that you're not even going to want to use for the long term. So I mean, for me, it's like, look, a custom suit is always going to fit better than a suit that you just bought. That's kind of your size, relatively your size. So the woman would have to want to be tailored to the guy, And then also, she needs to be your biggest cheerleader. A lot of these women, they will fangirl for Chris Brown. They're fangirl for the baby. Is that this little nigga's name? Like, you know what I'm saying? They will fangirl
Lil
for
Baby.
people they never even met,
The baby, little baby.
but they won't have that level of support and loyalty and dedication to the dude that is willing to die to protect them if need be. And it's just really strange to me. Like, they don't have that type of pride in this is my man, this is my guy. Don't you dare say something disparaging about my guy. They'll sit up there with their friends eating popcorn and drinking wine, talking shit about their guy. I'm like, what? Then he's not your guy. Like, so that's what I'm saying. It's just that dedication just isn't there. That ride or die just isn't there in the West anymore. So that would be important. You know, continuity would be important to me. A woman that's down for you when you're making 50K a year. She's down for you when you got it up to 65K a year. She's down for you when you get it up to 80K a year. And then you can keep on saying, look at where we at, babe. Look how much progress we making, babe. Remember when we used to live over in so-and-so in a small ass condo? Look at where we at now. Remember when we used to do this? Remember when you had to drive that car? Remember when we had to, now we got this. Remember when we were taking trips to Cancun?
Remember,
now we're
remember
taking trips to
bologna
Aruba?
sandwiches?
Exactly. Well, not that bad. You know, not that bad. You know, you got to be a
Remember cheese
provider.
sandwiches?
But I'm just saying, a woman that's more concerned with, you know, how we can appropriate the funds, how we can save money, how we can invest money. You know, she's more interested in that than you spending your money on lavish shit just to make her feel good in the moment, so that she could post it on Instagram and make some other bitch jealous. I'm more interested in a chick that's like, all right, well, listen, if we can get a second property, we could rent it out, and then we could do this, and then we could do that. That's the type of chick that that more guys need. And like Kevin said, inspiring. A lot of these women aren't inspiring. They don't make a dude want to be more than he is. You need a woman that's constantly in your ear telling you that you're this, you're that, you can be better. She sees you as this. She knows that you're going to do that. I know you're going to do this, babe, and I believe in you. And then you're like, well, damn, you know, I can't disappoint her. Because a lot of guys, that battery in their back will take them much further than their own ambition would have taken them. But instead, women are using that influence for the opposite. You know, criticizing him all the time, nagging him all the time, saying this is wrong with him, that's wrong with him. You look at how black women talk about black men collectively. He dusty, he did dusty, that dusty, he a bum, this, that. It's like, yo, that's not really good for our culture. It's really not. It's really not becoming, because you're making it clear to the men that you're not for us. You're not down with us.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these brothers is either going to other countries for melanated sisters, or they're dealing with white chicks and Latin chicks and Asian chicks, because them chicks be telling you that I see you as this, I see you as that. I think you're a star. I think you're going to be successful. I believe that you're going to be this and that. I'm just keeping it real. And I spoke to many brothers, and they tell me they've had similar experiences.
Right.
But the women that have always been encouraging in my life and have always told me, you know, damn, I like how you do this, or wow, you painted that. Like, oh man, you're in great shape. You must go to the gym all day. That takes a lot of dedication. It's always non-black women. And then when you talk to black women, they literally try to shame you for the same things that other women praise you for. Oh, so you're just gonna sit here and paint white bitches? So that's what you do? That's what you paint? It's like, well, that painting sold for $1,000, but thanks anyway. It's like, oh, what's up, Mr. Muscle Man? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Muscle Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything with them is negative. Oh, what you think you the shit because you got your little business? I'm sorry, there's nothing little about my business. Oh, because you got your little truck? That's an oxymoron. Trucks are big. What are we even saying right now? Oh, because you got your little degree? So how come when a sister gets a degree, she's a queen? You slay, queen. But when a black man gets a degree, it's a little degree. Right? When a sister gets a business, oh, boss babe, we doing it. We doing big things. I got my own business. I'm a boss lady. I'm a business owner. It's in my profile. It's in my title. I can't let you forget it. But then when a guy open up a business, oh, what, because you got your little business? Why every time the man accomplishes something, it's little. But every time the woman accomplishes something, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's the type of shit that we dealing with, is that the women are literally becoming the opposite of what they're supposed to be. So just being around them is becoming a source of negativity. Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys, when I speak to a lot of black guys, they tell me it started as early as their childhood, from their own mothers, from their own aunts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when there was one chick I was messing with when I was young. She was like buying me stuff, and my aunt found out. She was like, "Yo, when me hear you have girl, I buy your things." I'm like, "Oh yeah, auntie, you know she be looking out for me." Yeah, I mean, look, we have some puppy show. Why have woman I buy your things? I'm like, and then my uncle saying something completely different. You know what I'm saying? My uncle's is praising me for it, but then my aunt's tearing me down for it. So I'm just like, what just happened? So yeah. So anyhow, I know it was a long-winded answer, but basically, just a woman that's like your cheerleader, man. Like she's your number one fan, and I think a lot of women don't realize that their man is their number one star player. Like I had to remind my ex that all the time. I had to be like, yo, who's your biggest asset? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, who's your star player? Like, who's scoring the most points for your team?
Right.
That would be I.
Eric, you have a closing questions for us. We're gonna one question. We'll answer it completely honest for you.
Okay.
Anything you want.
What do you guys think women in this generation can do better?
Everything. Every blood clot thing. Everything. No rock unturned.
Nothing like what's the number one thing?
They got
you
so
can
much
say?
things to improve. They don't even have time to open up their Instagram. They ain't even got time to log on. So much shit to improve. For real. And the guys too. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
the guys
both.
too. The guys, man, listen.
If I could pick one thing, just like close your eyes and point at anything. But I mean, I would say, as I said earlier, this is just one thing. It's not the top thing. Just being more serious. Yeah, it's just women nowadays just don't have that. It's like, I'll get married. Maybe I'll have kids. It's this whole like, I don't give a shit. Whatever happens, happens attitude. And I've said it in previous podcasts. We're gonna have a bunch of old 60-year-old, 70-year-old women that ain't got no man, that are sitting there mad as hell, living with other women, talking about they ain't gay and all this other stuff. It's gonna be very, very bad. And it's already bad now, but I'm telling you, I just can't. I hate to say I can't wait till I can't wait till I get a senior citizen, but I can't wait to see it when I'm there. Saying it now at 35, when I'm 65, looking at all these women that are just walking. They're gonna, and when it's gonna be on the news, what happened? There's all these women that don't got no man.
I mean,
blah,
they
blah, blah, blah.
They're
They're
gonna.
But there's gonna be stories on it, like it's gonna be bad. So what I'm saying is, be more serious about dating. Don't wait too long. Both of y'all are in y'all prime, and I mean, look, you can do what you want. This is not a podcast to like. We're just trying to give y'all the honest answer.
So women need relationships, man. Let me tell you something. The biggest lie that women have been telling themselves for the past 25, 30 years is that I don't need no man. Every scenario where women do that is a lie. When they say I don't need no man to raise these children, that's why society is trash now. Because all these bastard children running around with no morals, no self-discipline, no structure, right?
Oh, real quick, the Don Lifestyle. Shout out to Don Lifestyle, $1.99 super chat. Shout out to the Men Tuition team. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. That's my boy Carl. What's up, Carl? My boy Carl's in the chat, man. Yeah. Carl lives in Miami. He's gonna be coming and doing some producing for us pretty soon, guys. So stay tuned. He'll be here, hanging out with us, and we'll probably bring him on StreamYard on our next show. But appreciate you, Carl. Thank you, brother.
There's absolutely no scenario in which women don't need men. There's no scenario, because just like I was saying earlier, when women be talking about, I don't need no man, I make my own money. Okay, listen, that's real easy to say from the age of 17 to 35. It's real easy to say. But this is what happens. Same thing that happens to strippers. Same thing that happens to the chicks on the Uno fans, right? Same thing that happens to chicks that make fast money. It's the same thing that happens to chicks that earn their money working hard. The exact same phenomenon happens. They run into a brick wall where they no longer want to do what they do to make that money, but they want to maintain the lifestyle that they've become accustomed to because of the access to that money. So when you sit there and work hard and you earn your money and you got good credit and you got your own place and you got your own car, you got your own this and that and that and that, guess what? Now you have to maintain those things. Now you got to keep up with that mortgage. You got to keep up with that house insurance. You got to keep up with the cars. You got to keep up with all the handbags and the type of fashion you wear. Now you're going to want to sit there and work full time through your late 30s, through your 40s, through maybe even your 50s. No, sis, you are not going to want to work that hard and that many hours as you get older, but you're still going to want to live that cushy lifestyle. Now, for the chicks that's out here getting this fast money, you know, with the sugar daddies and the OnlyFans and twerking on the pole and all that, same exact thing happens to them. They driving the luxury cars with the high interest rate. They're living in the nice condos, paying $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom and all that shit. And $200 dinners 4 or 5 times a week. Well, when the sugar daddy stop being interested in you because you're aging out, when the tips ain't what they used to be at the club because you got wrinkles in your face and your butt cheeks, think about it. Now, who's gonna finance that lifestyle now? Nobody, baby. So you can't sit there and tell me you don't need men when men is where that money was coming from in your youth anyway.
Exactly.
Because whatever company you went and worked for, that's a man-made structure, a man-made environment. Whatever school you went and got your bullshit degree from, guess what? There's men that created that too. Whatever field you went into, whatever industry you went into, men created that. Men maintain it. Men maintain the infrastructure of it.
Carl, I see you in the chat. Most women in the West are like teenagers, want independence, but don't want the responsibility or work that comes with it, and rebelling against those who have their best interest in mind.
Right. Traditional. That's a great analogy. The WNBA is another perfect example. The WNBA only exists because of the NBA. And the shit can't make a dollar. The WNBA has never made a profit since it existed.
Do you watch WNBA?
No, I don't. Who does watch the WNBA don't watch the WNBA. So what I'm saying is, women saying they don't need men is ridiculous. When men keep the lights on, they keep the water coming conveniently out your fucking faucet. You know what I'm saying? And then the nerve of women to say that they don't need men, the same dudes that created maxi pads and tampons and are created the whole field of gynecology. Like it. Imagine how disrespectful and ungrateful it is for women to even say that. That's like men saying that we don't need women, but yet we all came out of a woman. It just don't make sense. We need each other. So what I'm trying to say is that type of speech leads to that type of ideology, and that type of ideology decays the individual and the society. So women are doing themselves a disjustice by even sentence. They're doing themselves a disadvantage. Even opening their mouth to say, I don't need a man for fill in the blank, they're actually hurting themselves with their children, with their career, with their personal life, and with their love life, and with their family life. You do realize you need a man in order to acquire mother and father-in-law, brother and sister-in-law. It's a man that brings you that.
Alan T in the chat, what's up? That's our producer number 2. We got producer number 1, Alan T, producer number 2, the Don Lifestyle, aka Carl in the chat. Alan T will be back in Miami tomorrow. He'll be producing. So guys, make sure you come through for the Thursday show, and we may do another one. We'll try to get him in. But Alan T, $5 says, 2 cute black women. Please listen to these two and don't be fooled by the lies of the media and become another statistic. We need each other. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. Yeah, man. Appreciate
Invest
it.
in that dog food, man. Invest in that medication. Invest in all the things single women are going to be consuming, because that's where we're headed.
Right. Well, I think that's all we got for today.
Invest in single women and take your profits and invest in your own personal polygamy. That's what you do.
Jessica, we do appreciate you stopping through. Thank you for staying the whole time too.
Well, she in Fort Lauderdale, so we got to get her to come down here eventually.
Yeah, you got to come and be on the show.
We'll pay for your gas,
so we
girl.
can get you here in 3D. We need it.
We'll pay for your gas, girl.
Yeah.
Sure, I got you guys.
All right, cool. All right,
appreciate
so we're
it.
out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I want to see the full screen. Damn it. There we go.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, guys. Make sure we'll probably do a stream, guys, on Thursday because Alan will be here tomorrow, but he needs to get situated. So our producer will be here tomorrow, and we'll have Carl come through the studio as well one of these days. If you guys need any consults, Allende's information is in the description for Authentic Alphas. You guys need some help with women workouts.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do another fitness challenge soon.
Yeah,
because I went to the doctor today, so he's about to clear me to start working out again in like 3 weeks. So guys, get ready, man, because I'm finna take off, man.
Yep. All right, guys, we appreciate you. Class is officially dismissed. We'll see you guys.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Jessica, shoot me a DM with your contact so we can set something up.
Okay.
All right.